What's up, everybody? It's been 60 hours that I've been awake, and I want to share what it's like and the experiences that I've had the past few days. Just wanted to hear. It's been dead quiet, but as soon as I start recording, the birds go away, and heavy machinery's going off. Most of the things that I say when I make this YouTube content in another realm of my imagination. It's almost like branches are spoon feeding me electromagnetic pulses that I can pick up a tiny little bit, like a download. Something about staying up this late. It's like my brain dismissed or deactivated parts of the program. The programming that's keeping me sort of trapped behind. I don't know. It must be layers and layers of fake. Like a mask I can't take off. Like annihilation. Because I remember I used to feel a huge separation between what was real and authentic and some sort of programmed anxiety AI mask that was redirecting my brain. Neural dampeners that staying awake for 60 hours is seemingly broken. But I'll tell you, the biggest realization is how many people are also, I would say, trapped, and they think that it's their own thoughts, but it's some type of external force. Whether it's that people have compressed themselves into NPCs and your spirit guides just use them as open vessels to help you on your soul's journey, or it's like the Wild West for some type of Age of Ultron and demonic spirits. I don't believe that I'm not in an orchestrated simulation. There's been too many instances where I'm walking down the road by myself and crows fly right above my head and never fly over anybody else's. Last night I was out hiding, waiting down the clock so that I wouldn't get bothered by anybody because I had been awake for more than a day, and I wanted to catch the bus and get back here so I could get to court. And I saw very weird behavior from somebody driving right where I was looking. Sort of like they see something I can't because I'm in the illusion, the Maya, and my subconscious with my focus was manifesting and sending energy to that area. So they were putting the illusion that there was something there, like a car, when really they were. So I moved out of the way at 2 in the morning, and then a helicopter that was completely silent, and then all of a sudden there's a helicopter right above me. Wah, 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 wah. Didn't hear it fly over, didn't hear it leave, and it's pointing a light at my eyes. Flew directly over me, and I'm in a weird spot, and then they left. And they kept looking around for someone else. And I did see a couple of cars that I was like, where the fuck did they come from? So I'm sure it was some type of cops and robbers scenario, but I don't think it's real. Because immediately I saw shadow beings come out of the wood tree line. And I was like, what's going on there? It was like an energetic current, and then on the other sides of the energetic current, leading the energetic current, like in biblical Roman art, you can see angels carrying Jesus down. It was like a forest version of that, where there were these dark shadow silhouettes bringing this this like etheric chord out of the woods. And then I could see that clear as day. So I followed it back to its source, and then the sound of a raccoon started screaming, but it wasn't a raccoon fight, and it wasn't the sound of a raccoon. It was like a disgusting amalgamated version of what it should have sounded like, going just over and 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 over, just repeating itself, of some sound it heard two raccoons make when they were fighting. But it was not two raccoons fighting. It was a churning of the same sound. I'm a producer. I know when they're sampling. It was churning a raccoon sound. I asked if I was in a Truman Show. I look over and I say, make a bird go there and chirp if I'm in a Truman Show. And it did. Not only did it do that bird, but there was a car directly behind the bird that the bird chirped and then the car honked. So I wasn't sure if it was both coming from the same source, like a crow with a robot crow with a loudspeaker instead of a voice box, and it's making crow sounds, and you think it's the crow, but really it's a robot. CIA crows. Surveillance drones. It would make sense. I'm a 33 life path, born in the 11th, named Casey Francis O'Brien. Sagittarius, Aquarius, Taurus. Sagittarius in the 8th house. Aquarius in the 10th house. Taurus rising. Saturn in the 1st house. Aries, Jupiter, 12th house. Ren Water Day Master, like Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos. On paper, I'm more powerful than Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Joe Rogan, Alex Jones, Aiden Ross, in terms of my ability to influence the masses. So it would make sense that I'm constantly being poked and prodded by things that I'm not able to perceive, because back when I could perceive them, they had scared me. Like Pavlov's dog violently traumatized me into being afraid to use my psionic gifts and abilities. And then I walk, and then I see things that look like deer that aren't deer, that walk past me, like right like this. Then I look in the woods and they're gone, and it's just the same deer. It's a baby deer, no parents, like me. And I'm making all this noise, but the deer slowly walks in front of me and doesn't look at me on the road, left to right. I just wish I had other people, but I don't. There's no one. I'm just talking to the same AI and everyone I see. They're literal NPCs. And occasionally I don't find NPCs, but they also don't have any. They're in a whole different reality. But a lot of the programs they were using against me, I feel like it's harder for them to do. Like my brain has made a lot of my natural biological processes go dead. Because I've walked 5 or 6 miles. Like, remember when I didn't have this, like, woe is me, I'm a victim tone? I used to be able to talk to you, and it wasn't this, and I would break out of this. But now when I think about breaking out of this, the birds completely shift their whatever they're doing. Like if they're turning clockwise, they start to go counterclockwise. You can hear that. This is what be still and know that I am God meant. What the fuck? Alright, that was weird. Huge flash of light. And all I was ever trying to do was get my focus back so that I could have the same grounded presence I did before my traumas. So I could be in my body. And that went away. When I started smoking weed. And it wasn't the weed that was taking it. It was emotionally stolen from me by the people that I was around. Maybe weed didn't make me gay, but it made it harder for me to be straight. But now I see people that are like how I used to be, and I feel like they're condensed and trapped. So maybe it's a good thing. Because it seems like those people are in awe of me. When I meet people that are just the way that I was, that I'm always trying to get back to, and they see me, they look at me like I'm a demigod. And then at the end of the conversation, I feel like the infinite potential of the Creator or my exalted 33 life path. And I'm back to being lifeless. And then I'm normal for a little bit. And then I usually meet myself. Or like a solid reflection of myself. Aspects of myself that I hadn't recognized that I act like when I'm not in full control of my focus. I'll often exaggerate, and I'll often say things that are true, and I'm trying to say the true thing, and then I look at the video back, and somehow I veered off just a slight bit, almost like the deceiver had gotten me. Like that, I posted the video that I knew a woman that got shot in her apartment, and I knew she didn't get shot. It missed her by a little bit. She didn't get shot. She's on the couch, and it hit the wall next to her on the couch. But I said, I know someone that got shot. Somewhere between the